So, My Hero Academia is unfortunately on break this week for Golden Week. That doesn't mean that you're not going to get a My Hero Academia chapter review, because in this video, I'm going to be continuing the series of My Hero Academia Team Up Missions review, starting with Mission 2, starting now, right after the intro. Hit it! Hey guys, how's it going? It is your boy, Big Blue Drew 97 here, coming at you with another My Hero Academia Team Up Missions review, this time reviewing Chapter 2, or Mission 2 of this series, titled The Quickest Undercover Hero. And if you don't know what this chapter is going to be about, well, let me tell you, it's going to be a large focus on Hawks, if you didn't guess from The Quickest Undercover Hero, because if we know anything about Hawks, he's pretty fast, he's pretty undercover, and he's pretty hero. So in this chapter and in this video, we are going to be doing a review of the Team Up Missions chapters, because I really am enjoying the series. Unfortunately, not that many chapters are out, and when it comes to this series, I did say that whenever My Hero Academia is on break, that I will start reviewing this series, which, you know, that's what I'm doing right now. So I'm going to do a video today and possibly another video coming up soon. But with all that semantics out of the way, let's get right into the review, because this is a very interesting chapter, because we get a team dynamic that we actually don't get a whole lot in the actual My Hero Academia proper. And actually, before we do that, I'd like to ask you, if you haven't done so, to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you like this type of content, the reviews for My Hero Academia chapters, as well as reviews for Dr.STONE, Jujutsu Kaisen, and just my general reactions and discussions about those series. And without the way, let's get right into the review. So to start off, we just have this one cover page where we get the main man himself, Hawks, just standing on top of the building, just looking over everyone, just being a cool person, as we also cut into the actual chapter proper, where we have someone basically introducing that this is the Team Up Missions programs, where heroes that are pros are matched up with the students as they work together. And when it comes to this Team Up mission, as we see this one building and as we see assumed villains, we get the reveal of who is teaming up in this chapter, where we get the confirmation that it's Bakugo, Deku, and Hawks all working together. Unfortunately, they're in a very cramped area where Bakugo wants Deku to move, and Deku's like, there's not that much room here. So yeah, we're going to have a team-up mission between Bakugo, Deku, and Hawks. And this is very interesting because it's really relevant now, because we know for a fact that Deku, at this moment, is technically teamed up with Hawks, Best Jeanist, Endeavor, which is very cool when you realize the connection that they all have with Deku as well as with Bakugo, because Bakugo also worked with Best Jeanist, as well as they've both worked with Endeavor, so there's that little connection there. But this is very interesting because we're seeing Deku, and he's very excited to look at Hawks, because Hawks is like presumed to be like the fastest hero, and that he's too fast, and that he's very like happy to witness his skills, where Hawks basically chimes is like, okay, thanks kids, we need to stop these villains, especially that one villain that looks like a spider. Yeah, he's very fast. Other heroes who tried to capture him just get their butts beat because he's too fast. So I'm glad that y'all are here to help me. So here's the plan. And they basically are trying to like understand like how they're here to help. And Hawks basically says, oh, don't worry, I have a plan. And he tells them what the plan is. We don't know what the plan is, but Bakugo and Deku do, and Deku's like, huh, that's a big responsibility. And Bakugo's like, can't you do this on your own? He's like, and the Hawks is like, no, y'all two are really perfect for that. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna follow through with the plan, and I'm gonna leave for a little while. So there you go, kids, have fun. And then he just leaves, and they just like, wow, so fast. As now we have Bakugo and Deku beginning to enact on the plan, as we have Bakugo and Deku waiting for the right moment to strike, as Bakugo's like, man, doesn't this Hawks guy know that this is a team up? Which is very ironic coming from Bakugo, because it's Bakugo. And even Deku's like, wait, did he just use the word teamwork? I know, Bakugo actually wanting to work as a team? Character development. But yeah, they're planning on taking on this spider dude, and within the blink of an eye, they're like, okay, we have to make sure, we have to keep our attention on that guy. Wait, where did he go? Wait, what, where did he? Oh, he's right in front of them. Yeah, he's a really fast boy as he talks about these couple of heroes, as we basically go into a mini chase scene where we have Bakugo and Deku running away as Hawks come to realize it's like, okay, it seems as if they've been discovered. Well, the plan hinges on their teamwork, so I hope that they can do it. So you just have Bakugo and Deku just running away from the spider dude. And let me just say, before we get more into the review, I'd like to say, I feel as if, like, when it comes to the anime, and I know this is a slight tangent, I feel as if this is the type of content that can be animated into filler. And I do have a general idea on where all of these team-up mission fillers could go. But I think that it's very cool that we're able to see characters like Bakugo and Deku working together, especially since we know what their relationship is as rivals. And it's very important because in this chapter, we see like how they view themselves as rivals, specifically with Bakugo and how he's taken more upon the mantle of working with others and using teamwork. Because as we get them chasing and running away from this spider dude, he almost catches Deku by the leg or by the arm. He almost was able to touch Deku and capture him, but luckily enough, Bakugo is right there, and he's able to use this explosion to blow this guy back as he tells Deku to keep on running. So it's very cool that we get to see Bakugo actually working to try and take care of Deku when they're in a crisis and working as an actual teammate. But unfortunately, their plan comes to a very swift and very, very unlucky end because they immediately come to a dead end where we get to see this spider dude confirming that he does have a spider-like quirk, most likely, as he begins to spit webs at both Deku and Bakugo, as he's like, ha ha ha, you can't escape from that webs, ha ha ha, no hero has ever escaped from me, as we get to see his 8 eyes, his spider eyes. He's like, no one has ever escaped from me, no one is a match for my speed, as Hawks gets a type of, like, message from a particular way. We don't know how he gets this message. Hawks just learns that both Deku and Bakugo are in danger, and he's able to get to them in time, and he notices that, oh no, they're stuck to the wall, as we have this spider villain once again going on his monologue like, oh, another one? But you're too late. Don't move a muscle unless you want to see these kids died, as we see them trying to escape from the wall, and Hawks is just sitting there and just like, Because if you didn't know, remember that plan that Hawks said? Yeah, this was part of the plan, because as soon as he makes that smile, both Bakugo and Deku are freed from the webs, and the spider dude's like, what's going on? How did that happen? As we get a small flashback to exactly what the plan was, which is, to sum up, Hawks wanted both Deku and Bakugo to basically act as bait to lure the villain away, and like once he catches up to them and that they lead him to a dead end, they're basically going to have like a pincher maneuver. So basically, they just lured him into a trap, that they were going to do the bait to lead the main villain away so that Hawks could come in and trap him. And now we have this one villain's like, what's going on? Like, how could this possibly happen? What about the other guys? What about my minions? And Hawks just says, oh, they're right there. He captured them within a span of time that it took for this guy to trap Bakugo and Deku in this dead end. Hawks is like, oh yeah, your pals. Yeah, they're all tied up. And now the spider dude is like just not having it. He's like, oh no, oh, I'm in a bad situation, aren't I? But it doesn't matter, because I have max speed on my side, and there's no way someone can ever catch up to me. And as soon as he begins to bounce on the wall and speed off, Hawk intercepts him. And yeah, no, you may be fast, but I'm faster. And as he's within a moment of shock, Bakugo and Deku, who are also very fast, come in and use their super moves to incapacitate this Spider-Man, with Bakugo using Howitzer Impact and Deku using St. Louis Smash, sending this guy to the ground, putting him unconscious, as a job is well done. As now Hawks is starving, and now he's going to treat his two fellow pro hero in training students to some nice lunch, as we have them basically talking about how, yeah, that man's speedy, but our plan really came off with a hitch. Man, I can eat a whole lot of this stuff. As we also have Bakugo chiming in, it's like, you could have taken him on, as Hawks is like, no, actually I couldn't have. Yeah, I'm very fast, I'm very speedy, but unfortunately I lack that oomph that you both had, so y'all really did play like a very impactful part in this. And it's like, as we have Bakugo's like, you're just making fun of us. But no, Hawks is like, oh, no, it's fine. Just enjoy the food. Everything is delicious, as Deku's really admiring Hawks as well about how he's the number 2 hero and how he showed like why he's the number 2 hero in capturing the villain, as we get the last pieces of dialogue in this chapter where we just have a few of the workers in this restaurant coming in and noticing, oh, hey, look, it's Hawks. Man, he's here again, as we have this one lady's like, yeah, he tends to bring those that he's fond of here, implying that he's taking a very great liking to both Deku and Bakugo, which, you know, makes sense because, you know, Deku is the current user of One for All, and Bakugo is a hot-headed explosion boy that is most likely going to be an amazing pro hero, so it makes sense that Hawks would find a liking to them, as well as possibly that this may be alluding to the idea. Actually, yeah, this may be alluding to the idea, and I think it is alluding to the idea, possibly, that this is the same restaurant that he took Endeavor to. Maybe, because if you remember correctly, that building was straight up destroyed, so I don't necessarily think it's that building, but it could just be one of Hawks' other, like, amazing places that he likes to bring people that he's fond with. So it just shows that, yeah, he's very connected to the students. He likes them a lot, which makes sense because they are very good students. They are going to be most likely some of the greatest heroes in Hero Society moving forward, as long as Hero Society still exists, which, in comparing to what we know now, may not be the case. So yeah, that's all that it is in this actual chapter. And let me just say, I really enjoyed this chapter when I first read it, mainly because we got to see Bakugo and Deku finally working with Hawks, and for the most part, it was a really action-packed, fast-paced chapter. So if this is like something that I really wish they could animate, because in its essence, it could be like an episode in itself, which I would really enjoy, or like a few of these team up missions could be standalone episodes, or like a episode with 2 parts, and because they're very interesting and they're very longer than the original story. But I really enjoyed this chapter because not only did we get to see like Hawks in action and showing that even now he always works in undercover work, so the fact that we're seeing this, it makes perfect sense for why he will be a undercover double agent for the League of Villains, the Paranormal Liberation Front, because this is the kind of things that he works on in the regular base as a hero. This is kind of what he does, and with the fact that he's very speedy, he's able to get in and out of situations, but he's unable to really hold his own on himself physically, as we also saw with his fight with Endeavor and the Hooded Nomu. So the fact that he thinks that having Deku and Bakugo there is very helpful, because for the most part, they may not be as fast as Hawks, even though they are very fast like individuals if they're able to push their quirks to the limit, but they are also very strong powerhouses. So it shows that in this chapter pretty much that both Deku and Bakugo can be fairly fast and very strong. They may not be as fast as Hawks, but they could be just as fast, but they're able to dish out a lot more power. So we're able to see them, and as well as just getting to see Bakugo acting as an actual team member and how he's beginning to value teaming up with individuals shows how much he has grown. And the fact that we see both Deku and Bakugo interacting with each other more like on friendlier terms, as well as we don't see Deku like quivering at Bakugo and like fearing Bakugo and being afraid of Bakugo, he's talking to him on equal levels, just shows like how much development, if we consider this as canon, how much Deku and Bakugo has grown, not just as rivals, not just as people, but also as heroes, with the fact that the number 2 hero relied on them to get the job done, to take down this high-speed hero that many heroes weren't able to take out, but they were able to take it out with relative ease, as well as getting to see more strategy out of Hawks and how he's able to come up with these plans. And just, like I said, the fact that he's fond of them makes a whole lot of sense because of, like, their personalities, as well as, like, what they mean to the story, as well as, like, what he may have seen in, like, the sports festival and their different, like, exploits in the story moving in the past and what's going to be happening moving forward. So, overall, really enjoyed this chapter. Hopefully you enjoyed it as well. Hopefully you enjoyed this review. If you did, leave a like down below. What do you like about this chapter? And a question, would you like this chapter to be animated in an episode of My Hero Academia? Do you think that it would be good? Do you think that it would be bad? Do you think that this chapter should be canon within the story? And where do you think that you would put this chapter in the story? I think this chapter most likely takes place after the Endeavor training arc, most likely because we see Bakugo in his winter clothing, so most likely it takes place after their friendship with Endeavor. So I think it could play there, and I think that if they want to, they can make this into an episode. But what you think? Leave your thoughts down below. Hit that subscription button, hit that notification button, leave a like on this video, comment, do all that cool jazz, and hopefully I'll be able to catch you in my next video. Goodbye!